as well on Skype. Yeah. It's on there.
We hit 100. We hit 100.
Nice. Good work, people.
Scott, whenever you're ready.
Oh, there it is.
You can make this occur.
Can we start it? Okay.
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Count us down. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 180 of the KBMOD podcast, the episode of The Lost Boys, the boys not at PAX. Hey, we're here. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Yeah, good. Good. That was kind of rhetorical. You guys all jumped in, but that's fine. When I ask that, I don't actually mean it. It's like
he doesn't care.
It's one of those things when you walk by somebody in the hallway and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then if someone responds to you, you're like, "What the fuck? Like, I didn't actually mean that." You're just supposed to nod or whatever.
I don't even know
At least that's how No, it's good to hear you guys are doing well. We've got Hex on the cast. We've got Nikon Pooch. Thank you guys for pitch hitting, I guess. I don't know. What's the best filling in, subbing in?
I don't know. I just show up sometimes. My Skype is running.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Hex. Right now, you look like you accidentally woke up and hit your face on the keyboard and Skype locked.
Whoa, shit! I'm on a podcast.
Shit!
Whoa!
Fuck,
You look a little ragged
sleep on the Model M.
From the festivities. We were talking about a precast, but we should. You guys want to talk a little bit about the festivities that occurred last night?
Yeah,
Went drinking with Dan.
Yeah, it was my birthday this past week on the 3rd, but partying on a Tuesday isn't necessarily the greatest thing you can do. So
Worst thing you could do either.
The worst. Yeah.
So we had a little party last night and went to a place in Pittsburgh called Urban Tap, which is had good food. I was kind of underwhelmed by it. I'll be honest. It wasn't like. Plus the service was not that great, and and it was fucking loud. Like it was, and it wasn't. The music was loud, just like. The amount of people in there was so loud. I guess the acoustics of the building just carried.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I didn't say the date, and that is a massive oversight by me. It is Go Fuck Yourself. And what is
15.
it? It's a Go Fuck Yourself in March. It's the year is 2015. So there you go. There's the date. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan. Continue.
But so we went there, and then we went to another place that had really, really good whiskey, and that was awesome. I had some Glenlivet 12-year Scotch.
Not bad.
It was delicious. And,
you guys do body shots off of each other's belly buttons with that stuff? That's the real party
with
stuff
expensive Scotch.
That's actually
no, they do that with the 15-year.
Yeah.
The 15-year. Yeah. What is a glass? What does a nice glass of that go for?
Glenlivet 12 is only like $9 for
that's not too
a
bad.
glass, but they
the
had
flights
Scotch.
were like 14 or 15. They weren't really expensive either.
Yeah.
Let me give you LA or San Francisco price, 30. And
Jesus.
whatever. No, up for that, probably at least $10, $15.
Well, I remember getting Scotch at
sounds really good.
one of the Twitch parties. Like 1 year, I forget which one it was. It was one in Boston though. And I was like, thank God this is free, because I saw her hit the thing. I was like, oh, dear God.
Yeah, so with the
dear God. I think it was one of the first ones down there. I remember the beer, like a Miller Lite was like $16.
What?
Exactly. That's insane.
It was like a club. One of the ones that was a club. So,
This is a club, bro.
Yeah.
This is a club. You don't come here to drink. You come here to party. So if you'd like to drink, it'll be extremely expensive. Thank you.
Yeah, so we went to that place, and then we went to a place called Lava Lounge, which I hadn't been to in years, but it's actually a pretty cool bar. The last time I went to Lava Lounge, I got hammered, and Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil movie was on, which has Tony Shalhoub in it. I've told this story on the podcast, like when it happened. And I was out with a group of friends, all drinking pretty heavily, having fun. I didn't talk to anyone all night. I was just mesmerized by Shalhoub for 2 hours. It was like I was high and watching Resident Evil, but I was hammered and just like, they're like, what are you doing? Are you going to talk to us? No, man, I got to watch.
You were really focused on
Spellbound by Shalhoub for some reason.
Wow.
But,
well, that's good.
Yeah, and then we finished off the night by watching wrestling and eating Taco Bell, which is
as is tradition.
So how many tacos did your wife put down?
She only had to put down 4 because Tim's a pussy and only ate 4. Tim could only eat 4.
What kind of tacos were they? They soft tacos,
Taco
crunchy?
Bell soft tacos.
Taco
Like the
Bell
shittiest
soft
tacos you
tacos.
can imagine.
How do you not put... Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to go there. That's pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
My
Especially after some drinking, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you should definitely be able to put down more.
My buddy
Four.
Jeremiah and Megan had a contest once, and they each ate 12. So, I mean,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's insane. That's
Like,
impressive.
they had eaten so much that their bellies were actually bigger. Like, physically, you could see. Like, it was.
They had food babies.
That's how much you've eaten. But yeah, like Tim, apparently a puss when it comes to tacos. So he could only eat 4, and then Megan hit him in the face
with a taco?
with a taco. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Well, he
So
does
Tim's hole is not never ending. The Tim hole
No,
does
it's
end
apparently
at
got
4
a
soft
shallow
tacos.
capacity. So
Damn.
and then we
Damn, that's cool.
went back to my house and watched Randy Orton versus John Cena SummerSlam 09. It's good.
Nice.
It's a good evening.
That's good. Sounds like a good time. Well, that covers
Excellent
real
recap.
what real life stuff actually happened this week. I will ask if anybody else had anything that they would like to. So Hex was in on that. What about you, Nikon? Anything fun?
I got to
Transpire.
play Homeowner Simulator. We got to install
Nice, dude.
a fence
Ooh.
because my new dog, which if people here don't know, I got a third dog. It's actually Thor's brother. And he's got a lot more hops than Thor did. And jumped over the wire fence we had. So after escaping 4 times, we decided, okay, let's put in a fence. So we've been putting that in. It's finally finished. But
tell you what.
I only got to work on the weekends, but
You know what they say about Homeowner Simulator? Definitely a money pit, but very rewarding in the end. After
It
like
is pay to win. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
pay
is.
to win.
it's pay to win.
And the
Yeah.
DLC scheme, if you think you've seen some scummy DLC schemes, you've not seen anything till you've played Homeowner.
Good
Simulator.
lord,
DLC
dude! The
screen
fact that they
presentation
released the
last week
water,
was terrible.
the water heater replacement thing
Oh,
for like
God.
what was that, $6,000? It's like,
The
dude, I
worst
get
It
it.
comes out of
DLC.
nowhere too. You're just
Yeah.
like, wait, whoa.
Like what on earth?
You
Man, they've
must
been getting
pay
away with
$6
that shit
grand
for.
to continue.
It's crazy that people still continue to buy homes after all this shit. But whatever, that's good stuff. Okay, well that's good.
It's
What
not very
about
exciting.
John? Anything exciting
No,
you'd like to share?
not really.
No. Okay.
Going to the Pens game tomorrow night. Got seats on the glass in San
That's
Jose.
right, they
That'll
play
be
San
good.
Jose.
Nice. That'll
They're
be good.
killing it right now too.
Be good. Be a good night.
All right. Let's talk about the games that we played. Hex, what'd you play this week?
I did not play a lot of games this week.
Okay,
Actually.
get off the cat. Just close. Hit the red button on his face. I'm done. I tried to put up with it, but it's like if you're not going to be here and you're not going to at least come prepared with something. No, just kidding. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I had a stomach bug this week, and actually ended up out of work a couple of days and didn't get a chance to stream. I wanted to play Vincent Vaughn, which is this new ARPG that we got from Evolve PR. It looks really cool. Maybe do that next week along with some of Cities Skylines that's coming out next Tuesday. I believe, did we do Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Or that was last week.
Yeah, that was last week. That was on Friday.
Yeah, I played that. It seems fine-ish.
Xenoverse. Fighting game.
Fine-ish.
It's a Dragon Ball fighting game. I think it's kind of weird that like the way that multiplayer works is you can only do these specific types of game modes or quests. Like you can't really do the whole storyline by like you can do the whole storyline by yourself, and it's all against CPU opponents. But then you have like CPU allies as well. And I was like, well, just give me the fucking replace those allies with people that I want to play with, and it would be way better. But you can't do that. So it's not a bad game. The controls are really good.
Nice.
That's
It's a
about
fighting
it.
game, right?
What?
Yeah, I mean it's a fighting game. It's the Dimps guys that did Street Fighter, so I mean it's well done. It just
God
Kinda
damn it,
mediocre.
Scott. That picture, Christ.
I'm sorry. Did something happen on Skype? I don't know. I'm not in control of it right now. Sometimes it just does this. It just freaks out. But well, that's good. I saw somebody playing. I saw someone playing the Dragon Ball Z game. I mean, there's probably multiple iterations of that game, but it was like on the front page of Twitch. I don't know if it was a bigger streamer playing it. Is there like a big community for the Dragon Ball Z fighting games at all? Like, I don't ever.
No,
I feel like there should be bigger, but I don't know.
This
I
is the
never
first
hear
one
about
on
it.
PC,
So,
I think. So
oh, okay.
this is where we need AJ. He would
Interesting.
know.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we're gonna call AJ up. We're gonna hang up on you. Hex, is that cool?
That's fine. Do what you like.
Why don't we ask
Hex
that
is
guy
so
that wants
tired
to
right
join
now.
maybe that guy that wants to join the Skype call knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
Invite
the
him in.
principal? Does he know?
Get him
For
on.
our listeners, since Brandon's not here to tell us that we shouldn't address the listeners directly, there's someone in chat really wants to join the cast, and we'll have to see. But yeah, Hex, you look so. I just want to come on. I just want to cuddle. I just want to hug you, man. I just want to give you a nice cuddle, man.
Very nice. Why don't you
It would
just
be.
hop the flight, come snuggle
We'll
up?
see. Yeah. Just for that, and then for literally 2 minutes, and then leave, and then I'll.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have a really quick turnaround on the flight, and I'm not coming to get you at the airport, so
Yeah.
Wow. It's just
Oh.
just gonna get naked
Wow.
in bed. You'll know.
you'll know.
What about you, Nikon? What you been playing?
I've been watching more than I've been playing because I have the skin betting itch,
Oh, God.
and you can thank Fedsky for that. But it makes watching Counter-Strike a lot more exciting when you have $10-20 on it. And been watching a lot of CS. But what's the game that I started playing the other day? Stranded Deeper, some crap. I played that today, and it was actually a lot
That's
of
the
fun.
survival
Surprising.
one.
Yeah. So I'm sure it'll be fun for another hour or two, and then I'll never play it again in my life. But I mean, so far it's been great. I've killed like 3 sharks, 2 of which are on
Real
top
into
of my.
this game.
So
If
basically,
I don't
every
sell
game
on
in your
Steam, is that
library.
why you're okay with 3 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just someone's like, play this. I'm like, all right, whatever.
It really is. At this
Basically, you
point,
just
seems like a vending machine of like just really sugary candy, and you download something, and you're like, well, man, dude, I opened that. I got 20 minutes in the menu, and then I killed a shark, and I was out, dude. That was worth $14 early access.
well, plus
that was sick.
I sell all the crappy skins I don't like, and then I have money in my Steam wall, and then I'm like, oh, okay, this is only $15. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
That's right. I did play Besiege as well. That game is a lot of fun. It reminds me of. Did any of you guys play? I think it was like Fantastic Contraption. It was like some Flash game that I think was.
I've been watching a lot of people
Big
play
for a while.
Besiege, yeah, it looks interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
How's
I'm
the
kinda
how's the backseat gaming on that game though? Holy shit! Are people pretty good, or are people like always? I feel like that game could be one where it's just
My chat was pretty helpful.
they're pretty
But
helpful.
I can imagine if you're into big numbers, someone's going to be in there and act like he knows
Telling
everything
you how
about
to do-
everything
you how
and
to
telling
do every contraption.
you're not doing it right. God damn it! Brr, 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 brr. I was like, shut up. Just let me play the game. Jesus.
You need more hinges, lad. Yeah,
How dare you just have fun? Why aren't you just mastering this immediately?
yeah. That's always the thing. Yeah, why are you not master it immediately?
Wow, it's only $7. Besiege.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It's fun. It's worth it.
It's
Oh,
fun.
by the way, Dan? Hopefully, we're covering this, but the new Five Nights at Freddy's is out this last week.
Oh god.
Well, so that was it for episode 180
Oh,
of the KBMOD podcast. See you guys next week.
Oh man.
Oh, actually, I'm
I'll-
looking here.
yeah.
One game that was a lot of fun, which we should all play together, was I know it came out a while ago, but Depth. I bought that and played that on Fucked Up Friday. Holy crap, is that game fun?
Oh yeah, I played that with you. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Jesus, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, and I was like, when you're playing the shark, for some reason, anytime I grabbed onto someone and was shaking them around because you have to shake your mouse back and forth, I always want to go. It's like it's one of those types of games where it makes you make random sounds for no reason, which means it's definitely good. So go buy that game, play with your friends, and have a good time.
Nice.
All right. Very nice, John. What about you?
Just CS:GO and a ton of the new Unreal Tournament as of the last 2 days. Anger, he's a CS guy, plays on
Yep.
Luminosity. He was like, "Yo, play Unreal Tournament." I was like, "Where do I get that?" And he linked me, and I got it, and I haven't done anything else for the last 16 hours. It's up until like 5:30 in the morning playing it.
Nice.
I'm incredible, so that
Yeah,
helps.
It makes
but-
it easier.
Yeah. By incredible, I mean I win most of the time because nobody that's any good is playing the game right now. So comparatively to the current audience of the game, I am the greatest player that's ever lived. Now that I'm saying this on the podcast and we're so famous and so many people will hear it, that will no longer be the case, unfortunately. But yeah, it's really, really good, and I do recommend picking it up. You can just go download like the pre-alpha at unrealtournament.com. It's really good.
I should
Nice.
get it now.
That's
You
good.
should.
I should.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people echoing that who have played it. Looks good. What visually is it like?
A lot of it's on the skin still. Like the models and
Okay.
the guns are done, but like a lot of the maps aren't fully textured yet, and it still looks really good. Like the physics and the lighting and the anti-aliasing, like it's incredible.
Do you still play Dota this week?
A little bit, yes.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
The sound of a man who's slowly losing his Dota love. I can hear it, John.
I'm not losing my Dota love, dude. The game is so fucking good. I just,
Come
you
on.
know,
You
when
were
you go
super
back,
enthused 2 weeks ago.
I still do love the game. It's still like my game of choice to play. But Unreal's like my childhood, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I
get
got
it.
that. I got that relive my childhood feeling.
Mm.
And I need to
that-
like
man.
I need to get it in while I am still good because I'm old as fuck and these young kids are going to come in and destroy me. Whereas like
Yeah.
10 years ago I was pretty good at it. So might as well
Yeah,
do
it
it
feels
all now.
very UT. It is
Unreal. Like it's yeah.
It's just excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still remember it was probably 10, 12 years ago. Do you guys remember Gateway, the computer manufacturer?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
who also
Yes.
had stores every once
Yeah.
in a while?
Yeah.
There was a store not too far from me. And I remember driving there and going on their top of the line PC because my PC sucked. And I sat down and they had Unreal Tournament on it. And I was only playing against bots, but I sat there probably 2 or 3 hours just playing that game. And I was like, I need this game. This is amazing. And then ended up going back there later on. And the lady at the desk was like, aren't you that kid that was here and just like played the video game for like 3 hours? I'm like, no. I must have been someone else. I'm embarrassed.
Mistaken identity. Is it me or did Gateway have a color scheme of like
It's a cow.
A cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did I imagine that, or was that
No,
actually
no,
their?
my
I'm
Yeah.
actually
They
looking
had
at Gateway
gateways.
PCs right now
Yeah, they did, right?
online.
What was that
I didn't
about?
think they
I mean,
were
I guess
still around.
at the time I didn't really think it
I
was
didn't
weird. But now I'm like, what? They saw a milk cow. They're like, you know what? Nature is the perfect innovator. We don't need to change anything. Just make the PCs look like cows, and people
Just
will
milk
buy the
this
shit out of them.
PC. Milk it.
People like milk. People like cows. People like PCs. We can't fail in this market. If
This is genius.
Oh yeah, look at that logo.
Jenkins,
What a
you're
good
promoted.
logo.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at their high-end
Yeah.
gaming PC right now.
Oh boy. Do they still?
I got
do
a
they even
650 Ti or something.
I can't figure out where to put the video card in, like where you choose it. But like,
It's all right. Integrated's just fine.
oh, you can't even buy them online
Wow.
from Gateway.
Well, right
have
now
to,
on
like-
Google they have 1.5 stars when I just typed in
Oh,
Gateway
they're fucking
computers.
awful. I didn't
So-
think they were still in business even.
Me
but
either.
apparently-
I didn't think so either.
I'm guessing
Their
they probably
iPhone is
sell
still
their
a cow box too.
shit at Best Buy is what I'm guessing.
No.
I swore Dell like ate them or something. I don't know.
Acer bought them.
Oh, Acer bought them. Acer bought them was probably like, fuck this.
just
Close
let
that
it die.
bitch down.
It's not as bad as Google and Motorola. So
Oh,
Mm.
rip.
they buy it. Then they buy Motorola for 20 billion and sell it for 3 or some shit.
Yeah, I think they bought
It was
it for
ridiculous.
6, sold it for 2, and like just lost like $4 billion. Kind of
Yeah.
like, eh. And they kept the patents, I think, though. I think that was like the whole. Doesn't Lenovo own them now? Yeah, Lenovo owns Motorola.
Lenovo's the only like PC, like pre-built PC maker that is growing year over year. Like
Because
they
it's
just keep growing.
business. All businesses.
And apparently that ThinkPad like laptop of theirs is
Huh.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
good gaming one apparently too, but I don't know about you. It's got
Yeah.
that spyware on it though. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys saw
Bloatware, yo.
You guys saw that last week. They had fucking spyware on all their laptops for consumer, and they got caught.
No. Well, easy mistake to make.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like
Steve
it's
and
like
QA
brand
put that
trust,
on
customer trust, spyware. It's like it's an easy decision. It's just, it's pretty simple. All right, well that's good. Dan, what about you? What you play this week?
I played some NHL 15 to start the week, and then just rage quit it because I was just sucking ass. So I stopped. That's like all I've been playing recently too. So
Yeah.
I just rage quit that basically, and started doing a bunch of like runs to unlock things in Isaac. Because what happens is I unlock the D6 in Isaac, and then I just do runs to try to get crazy combinations of stuff to break the game basically, and then I don't pay attention to any achievements. But there were so many items I don't have unlocked that I just went and did like challenges and did runs with other characters this week and unlocked a bunch of stuff. RNG's still carrying me. He carried me last week. There's still only one set of footprints in the sand currently. He's still carrying me through. Also took a look at a new game this week that was sent to us at KBMOD by the developer Like Here Games, I think is how you pronounce it. It's called Isbarah, Isbarah. I had no idea what to think going into it. So it's controlled with keyboard and mouse, but it's a game that's like, if you've ever seen anyone play like Wings of V or Boshi, it's a little like that because it's a lot of bullet hell, less platforming, but a lot of bullet hell. And you control your character by using like this dash ability. You use A, S, and D to go, and spacebar to jump, and then you use A and D to go left and right, and S to drop down, and then you use right click does this dash ability, and that's how you can like interact with objects on the screen, and basically the bosses just shoot immense amounts of projectiles at you, and you have to like dash your way around all of it and like activate these rail guns to go through certain phases of the boss, and then you get other abilities as you go along. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I didn't think I was going to, but
that's good. You played on stream?
Yeah, we'll be cutting a video of it, putting it up on the site this week. It's like $13 on Steam. It's not early access. It's fully out. The story stuff and like art style are very cheesy. Like the story stuff is like, apologies if the devs are here, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, the story stuff. But that's not the point. The point is the gameplay. The gameplay is really solid, like super responsive. If you're into that kind of thing, so I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Trying to think if I did anything else this week. I don't think I did though. Why do I have the crew still installed?
You stopped that?
Yeah,
and you're done with that altogether, or what?
I haven't done it. Well, I'd like to do a stream at some point with like Maddie and Hex where we just do faction races, and get hemorrhoids at the same time. Because it's like 2 hours in one race. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
But I'd like to do that sometime, but I haven't done. I haven't done it, but yeah, that's.
Are they
about
still
it.
patching that game?
Yeah, they're still introducing new cars and stuff all the time. So, but I still think the crew is all right. It's once again like the hardest game to judge that I think I've ever played. Like to be like, hey, it's good. I think. That's like, I just don't know. But yeah, that's it for me, man.
Okay, sweet.
What about you?
I will go. I played. I would say the most notable thing is I tried Lucius, which I had. I had seen other people play a little bit, but I didn't really have anything spoiled for me because I didn't watch too much. And wow, it really surprised me how. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was going to be. People had pretty strong opinions on either side. Some people said it was fucking terrible, and other people were like, it's actually really good. I didn't find too many people that fell in the middle.
It's a bad game.
I think it falls. Yeah, I think for me it fell in the middle. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought a lot of the kills were pretty brutal, which was kind of cool. But as far as like, yeah, some of the design and stuff like that, it's pretty rough. I'm definitely going to try the second one. I think tomorrow actually I'm going to try the second Lucius and see. People are saying that the second one's a little bit more like sandbox and open ended. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Gay sex in it and stuff.
Yeah, well, with that, absolutely. Well, that's the only reason I'm playing Lucius 2 because I heard that that's in there. But I don't know. I for what it was, I thought it was. It's kind of a fun game to stream because if people haven't seen it before, there's obviously a lot of kind of brutal for the sake of being brutal. Like at one point, you're staring through a peephole. Spoilers if you haven't played Lucius yet. This is towards the end, but you're staring through the peephole of your uncle, who your uncle made into like one of the bathrooms where the maid's bathing, and you, through telekinetics, lift a, I guess it was it a hand dryer? Or no, a hair dryer. Sorry, not hair dryer. A hair dryer, and you drop it into the bathtub and electrocute her, and in slow motion she like shakes nakedly and dies, and you're just like. I mean, a guy gets his head crushed by a piano. There's a lot of like, it's just basically even on the game. A lot
of really good stuff.
A lot of good stuff. A lot of great stuff.
Wholesome family shit.
Wholesome family entertainment. Exactly. It's just
disclaimer meant for every member.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically murder porn, is what I said. For
I remember that game came out and Diction had a video of it. Lucius 1.
Yeah,
when it came out, and the game was so buggy and broken that it was like barely playable. Also, that game is $20 still.
It is.
What the fuck?
I don't think I could recommend paying $20. I bought it off G2A for like $13 or something. But The dialogue is absolutely the voice acting is so fucking terrible. It's laughable, but it's almost. Someone in my chat said it's almost so bad it's good, which I kind of agree with in some instances. Whatever,
Yeah,
I'm gonna try
I
to
know what
cycle
you're
one out and take a look at it because it's. But that was fun, and then definitely CS:GO. I think we made
making the
playoffs.
playoffs?
I think we're making them. So
we
we
were
had
10-6 or something.
we were
like that.
we were 10-6. We finished 10-6. So we had to win this last match on season, and we did not. We had to also we used our sub C Wally. C Wallace filled in for Daz, so we usually just have 5 that play all the matches, and so we really were not expecting. Season is not even a map any of us like to play. We're not big fans of it. And the team we were playing had a pretty decent record, but we ended up beating them 16-7. Like everyone just played phenomenally the match. So that was fun. I hope we definitely could make playoffs and at least make intermediate is the hope. To be honest, like I said as I said before with the season, we didn't really. We basically kind of just showed up on match day and just played and kind of pudded it. We'd have a few strats here or there, but it was kind of just basically go off fragging ability. If no one was fragging, we were pretty fucked. Like
You
for the
guys
matches,
did pretty good.
but we
That's
ended
how
up
you
doing
play
pretty
open.
well.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
open is. You'll have to try an intermediate though.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, Sky Shark's saying he's pretty sure we make playoffs. So hopefully we can win a couple matches, make intermediate. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, and we also had some good. I mean, we had some good. The one that really hurt is we were playing against a bunch of like ex-invite source and even 1.6 players. We almost won that match at those two, which was I think a couple matches ago, and that was like a close loss. But anyway, I think we'll do. We're definitely going to keep playing. So if we can make intermediate, I think it would be a successful season. So we'll see where it goes. So I did that. I'm trying to think of anything else besides that. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. So I think it's time, Dan, to hit him with that new, just featured 6-minute Twitch commercial. No, I'm just
No, but I forgot a couple things. I played Diablo 3 because we've been doing this Friday Diablo 3 and drinking because Diablo 3 is. I like actually don't even remember playing Diablo 3 really on Friday, mainly because we were playing this simulated Hunger Games thing in chat that Drake found. So the whole chat was just this simulated Hunger Games thing. You just put people's Twitter handles in, I guess, and it just sims Hunger Games, like. And just tells you, like, and so we had like APL, and Fenton, and me, and Megan, and like all these KBMOD people in this Hunger Games thing. At one point, we had one that we just called Jizz Funnel, and it was just a picture of Will Smith, and Jizz Funnel almost won the Hunger Games. Sean murdered him cold blood, but it was hilarious and awesome. You just put names and pictures in Sky Shark? Okay. But yeah, it was incredible to have in chat during the stream. And like I would stop playing Diablo and like update the whole stream on like who had died and how like at certain points. And it was amazing. Yeah, that was super fun. And Diablo 3 is really good. It just is. It's just a really good game. So it was cool to see people online. On the KBMOD clan, which has spots now, by the way, if you were waiting to get in there. So, but
I am also being reminded, sorry, before we switch sections, that I did complete San Andreas this last week. It's just, the reason I forgot it was kind of staggered, and the last mission, which was like a 30-45 minute epic, took a little bit longer. But yes, I did finish that, and that was sad. It took like, I mean, obviously, like I probably could have done the game in like 27 hours if because I had I ended on about 30 hours total for it, and I just did that was like just pretty much straight story missions. I did a lot of the races and stuff. I even did some of the side content, but fucking flight school, holy shit, that took so much time in San Andreas. So I think probably if we could cut off 3 or 4 hours from that, I could have beaten it in like 24 or so. But anyway, yeah, really good. Really, cool. I mean, I'm not telling anybody who, hey guys, you heard about this game, San Andreas? Really stellar. You should check it out. It's underground indie title. I think it's Rockstar or something like that. I'm not sure
Rockstar,
who they are.
yeah, solid.
Rockstar. But I hear they make some. They're pretty good.
All right, dudes, we're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with a shitload of news this week because of all the conventions that just happened. So 2 minutes. If you don't want to see commercials on here ever again, please consider subscribing. Yeah, $4.99 a month. Get that KBMOD A. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh yeah, I guess I should have said that prizes thing was already sent. Although most of those people claim their prizes, so I did murder Anion twice. I bashed his skull in with a rock at one point.
Jeez.
So the best was the first game the first Hunger Games sim that we did because AJ had like 9 kills, which like nobody even came close to, and then killed himself drowning in a lake to lose the Hunger Games. It was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. You think that was remorse or guilt over what he had done
I
prior?
don't know, man. Maybe? He killed, like, in the bloodbath or whatever they call the beginning, he killed 4 people with an explosive, like, instantly. Like, that was the first time. The first time. Oh, did we get a new sub? Is that why all these eyes are in here? I missed it.
I think it's just because you mentioned
it. I just started spamming it.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that, too. So... yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, APL, you died like within the first day every time.
Which tells me that the sim is on point.
Yeah,
and accurate, because
I
that
said
would
APL would
absolutely
not
be the
live
case.
past the cornucopia in the beginning.
And if I did live past like the first, the very beginning, I would off myself so that I wouldn't have to face a painful death. I would just take the most cowardly way out. Maybe like, I don't know, slit the wrist or something and just bleed out.
I think the best thing we saw though was like it will just sim like random things that happen in the movies, like people getting emotional about like being like it'll say. So at one point we had like jizz funnels stares longingly at the moon or something like that.
That's awesome.
It was pretty awesome. Drake right now is running a 48-man battle royale sim, but I told him not to run it in chat this time because I wouldn't even be able to podcast. I'd have to be paying attention to everything he linked. His shoutcasting was amazing too. So Drake would like shoutcast it in chat. And like all the little taglines he used were fucking hilarious. It was so good. All right, news time, and holy shit, there's a lot of it. So if you didn't know, this week GDC happened this week, which is the Game Developers Conference, and then immediately following that, PAX East occurred, which is ending today. So a full week for those deep in the industry to be occupied all week. So everyone was announcing everything. Normally, we have like 3 or 4 stories in the news and then maybe a few quick things. But the big news is, especially for a lot of you I know out there in the community, have said you either want to dabble in development or like at least take a look at it, or that's something you want to do for a job someday. Well, this was a good week for you.
yeah, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah. So the first thing that happened was Epic came out kind of out of nowhere. No one saw this kind of coming. I mean, it wasn't super expensive anyway, but they came out and made Unreal 4 completely free. So there's no more subscription base for it. With that, they made the Unreal Tournament Alpha, which we already talked about, available to everyone as well. You do have to share royalties on it, but it's like 5% royalty on gross revenue after the first $3,000 you make. But to just get in there and learn it and do tutorials on stuff and learn a little programming with it is free. I know our own Titty, who has been streaming it all week. He's just been streaming himself messing around in Unreal 4. He made like a little level, so like recreating some levels from other games and like making some models, things like that. So you should definitely go check it out. On top of that, the same day at GDC, at Unity's conference, Unity 5 was announced and is totally free to use on a personal license. So they have several licensing tiers. Like if you're a studio, you have to pay still a monthly fee per user. But if you're just someone who wants to dive in the engine fully and mess around, and you're just want to dev your own game, just you. It's for companies whose earnings are below 100K. So, I mean, that's obviously most people out there. So you can go get Unity 5 for free as well. So both those engines, which are, I would say Unity and Unreal, 2 of the most prevalent engines across games right now. Also, Unity 5 looks like a pretty big upgrade graphics-wise, for sure. So if you want to get into game dev, it's a good time. To top all that off, with these 2 free engines you can get now, Source 2 was announced, which we kind of knew was already something in the works. But Source 2 was fully announced, and it will be free as well. No royalty system on that one at all. No fee for anyone. You can use Source 2 free of charge whenever they do release it. And yeah, so Valve coming out huge there. I think this is going to lead to. I mean, indie games are already so big, but I'm really hoping this pushes us more in that direction, because we've seen so many scummy AAA things over the last few years, and studios being shut down, and just the game industry is enormous. For those that don't know, like revenue-wise, I think it's bigger than
Movies and music
Yeah.
combined. So, like,
I still
getting
use
more
that stat
people-
to like whenever people try to talk down to me about gaming or whatever, I still use that stat, and people still like people that aren't in gaming are like, yeah, okay, yeah, right. They still don't believe me, but it is true.
Oh, there is a restriction, I'm being told by Sean in chat. I know. Sorry, Brandon. You have to release your game through Steam with Source 2, but that's not really a problem per se.
Yeah, that seems like
yeah.
common sense if you're going to develop something on Source 2.
So on the back of the Source 2 announcement, Valve also announced several more things, and you can find some of these things on Steam right now. They announced a little $50 streaming box called Steam Link, which you can use to stream Steam games to your TV in your living room. What I hope they do with this is make it into a thing where it can replace like my Roku or something like that. Like get, YouTube app and Twitch app and whatever, or a browser or something on their Netflix, Amazon, all that kind of stuff. I hope all that gets on there, but right now it's just a $50 Steam Link box that you can get in November. On top of that, Steam machines are now also on sale on Steam. Again, not till November. I don't think you can order them. I might be wrong on those. But you can go on Steam. There's a hardware section now on your Steam store, which also has Valve's VR stuff on there. The Vive, V-I-V-E, which is a weird name. Supposedly, it gets rid of any motion sickness anyone would have in VR. That was
looks
a big
really
thing
good.
Gaben was saying. They developed it and are releasing it with HTC, the phone company. So that is a thing. The Steam controller is also available on there, $50, in what looks to be the final design. Again, not available till November, but the hardware section is there, and you can look at Steam Link, Steam controllers, Steam machines. Again, none of these are available for order, although there are some prices. There's some fucking dumb prices on these Steam machines, too.
Yeah, up to 5K, didn't I read somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
wow.
That's the Falcon Northwest Tiki. Starts at $2,000. Starts at $2,000.
What's in that fucking thing? Nothing.
I don't even know. It doesn't even say the stats on a lot of these. Starts with a 4790K. I don't know what you would even put up on there with fucking 5K.
I mean, they're offering Titan Z's.
Titan
that's,
Z's, yeah.
That's what's going to do it.
Yeah, those are great for gaming.
So some of these though are pretty affordable. The iBuyPower one, $460. And
Asus ROG starts at 700.
yeah. And the thing is, on top of this, like as I said, a lot of stuff was thrown out there. A ton of new games were announced for SteamOS, including AAA games. Shadows of Mordor is coming to SteamOS. Hotline Miami 2 coming to SteamOS. They had a big sale for SteamOS. I almost wish we had Sean on the cast right now, since he's the only one of us that uses SteamOS. But tons of new games are coming to Linux. I'm definitely going to buy the controller. I don't know about you guys. I just want to have one.
Yeah,
I'm
want
going to buy
to
the
out
Steam
too.
Link probably as soon as I can, and I'll probably get the one with the controller.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. There's still clearly... We had thought for a while that Valve had kind of shelved all this stuff, and then they threw all this out here at once at GDC. So apparently...
It's just
they're
Valve time.
Yeah. And Gaben, there's a good interview with Gaben. Spam your Master Race emotes. There's a good interview with Gaben with an interviewer who looks like he is a robot. So just for that, it was an interview with Maximum PC did, and the interviewer does not move a muscle for the entire 11 minutes.
Because he's talking to fucking Gabe. You act like you could do a good interview with Gabe.
Dude, I wouldn't just sit there. He doesn't
You
even
would
talk to Gabe.
freeze.
He doesn't even talk to Gabe. He's just sitting there with a mic in his face, like, and it's just like it's so creepy. It's actually real creepy. He looks like an android or something. But
he was closer to Gabe than you'll ever be.
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't care
was.
what you say.
He was closer to God than I will ever be. So Valve and they had a good announcement. You know, they had a good press conference. And then we go to the world of bad press conferences and bad announcements. The Nvidia press conference was just a gallery of missteps and horrible cringe. And they also announced an Android console, which
people have wanted for so long.
Yes, dude, John, do you remember the Ouya? It did quite well.
It was going to revolutionize gaming.
It flew off the shelves into the trash can.
That's right. Lord.
So Nvidia, but Nvidia does it so much worse. I don't know. They put out this. So they had this big press conference, right? And they announced this the new Shield, which is an Android console, and
it's also a TV.
It's also
even though it's not a TV at all.
And a Julian's fries.
And they announced this Grid streaming service, game streaming service, which will undoubtedly have latency that makes it not that usable for the beginning of it. None of these services work that well, for those that don't know. Even Steam streaming doesn't work perfectly. It's pretty good, but...
The in-home stuff?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
It works. It's not flawless, though.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah,
I remember
there's
Sean...
definitely still a problem sometimes.
Sean was streaming Dark Souls, he said, and then when he went and played Dark Souls just on the machine itself, he was like, oh my god. I didn't notice it when I was streaming it, but like it is a big difference. And then not at the big press conference. If you were following Bob, by the way, that night, it was Twitter gold. He was so mad at that NVIDIA press conference. Then in like a tiny room on someone else's press conference, they announced the Titan X, the GTX Titan X, which is the newest Titan. It's going to have 12 gigs of VRAM.
11 and a half.
Yeah, it's 11. Fucking. All right. It's the new video rendering card in their series. So the Titan X, it'll be an immense amount of money, probably over $1,000 to start.
Buying it.
Yeah, John will have 2.
I need 12 gigs of RAM for 1080p. So
That's right.
So they announced that, but it was just what a weird way to do it, because they put, they had this press conference and it was huge, and they announced that Android console thing, and then this new mammoth video card gets announced in like a shed on like someone else's live stream. Like, whatever, Nvidia, I don't understand what you're doing, but. So they announced all that stuff.
They actually announced that on Salty Bet, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It was super weird.
The wires got crossed, and I was on Salty Bet, and I was like, "Oh shit! Look at this mammoth thing. Oh, that's weird." I think they should be streaming on their main channel.
Yeah.
It's not.
So that was kind of the big stuff. The Nvidia conference, all the.
How do you
Valve
think?
news.
How? I feel like, is Nvidia a company? I mean, obviously, I only buy a video card like once every 10 years, so I can't really talk. But have they misstepped this poorly in the past?
No, they've been killing it lately.
They're
Their
usually
press conferences
pretty on
are
top of
always
their
really
shit.
bad. Their press conferences are always really bad. Like Nvidia is just super behind the times with how they run them, but their announcements are usually great.
Yeah.
What I think is happening here, personally, is that Nvidia is so far ahead right now in the GPU race. Like,
they're just fucking around.
They're essentially
Playing
just
with house money. They don't give a fuck.
They're bored. Yeah. Because AMD, by the way, I didn't even put this in the document. AMD announced that Mantle, their API for graphics, which improved Battlefield 4 performance for a lot of people, they're just basically no longer really supporting it. They announced that this week because DirectX 12 will have like a native API and stuff, so Mantle is no longer. So I don't know what AMD is doing at this point.
Yeah, they actually came out and said, you know what, you should probably just start developing for DirectX 12 because
they were like, don't worry about Mantle anymore.
Well, what's that I read about DirectX 12? That there's a rumor that it supports like AMD and Nvidia cards together.
That is a rumor.
I would be so happy.
That'd be so weird. Like, I just can't see that flying.
I don't know, dude. Technology's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about that excites you, John? Like, what's the thought process there?
I don't know. I just, I mean, because it's fucking cool. Not because I'm going to have AMD cards, but like because it's fucking cool.
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
cool.
a
I was
huge
just
step
curious.
in the right direction to allow like multi GPU setups now that they don't have to develop for one or the other, like you're going to see consistency in that like regardless of the cards you have, which is super important because right now, like Crossfire just blows.
Yeah,
it really is just awful.
Yeah.
SLI wasn't terrible when I ran it, but I probably would not run it again at this point. Although supposedly with DirectX 12, what they're also going to let you do is stack VRAM. So if you've got two 4 gig cards, they'll function as a single 8 gig card.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, that'll be great because that's the shittiest thing about all those setups. Is you're limited then by
Right.
the VRAM, no matter how much power you have. So yeah, lots of that stuff coming out this week. That was all the GDC stuff, but everyone announced games this week too. These are all sort of quicker things. Trine 3 was announced, which is cool as shit because the first 2 Trines are quite good.
And beautiful.
Yes, and they look great, and Trine 3 still looks great. So that's coming out in the fall this year, Trine 3. Also coming out, September 1st is now looking like another day like April 14th, where every game and its mother comes out at the same time. Avalanche, the dudes who make Just Cause, have been developing a Mad Max game, if you guys didn't know, which I can imagine is going to be amazing. Car combat, count me in for that. On Just Cause, with Just Cause Insanity. That comes out on September 1st. The Mad Max game is released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC only. They killed the PS3 and 360 versions, thank God. Just develop for next gen and quit giving like hamstringing games by putting it on 360. Also, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, releases September 1st on consoles only, September 15th on PC, so we get it 2 weeks later. If you're really into Metal Gear, you may want to buy a console if you can't wait 14 days. Which I saw people actually saying. They were like, I have a PC that can run this, but I don't know, man. I might want to get this right away. So, yeah. Phantom Pain, September 15th on PC. It should be amazing. Also, Magicka 2, their release date was announced. On May 26th this year, Magicka 2 will be out. I know we had some Magicka fans who listen to the cast and among the staff. So, Magicka 2, May 26th.
Good couch stream.
Yeah. Shovel Knight expansion has been announced. Like, see, there's so much of this stuff. It's crazy. Shovel Knight has announced Plague of Shadows expansion. Again, that game was quite popular among us. So
it's a free expansion on that.
Yes. Yeah, so it'll be free. Keeping in trend with free expansions, Wolfenstein, The Old Blood, has been announced, and it's coming out May 5th. You don't even need to own the New Order. It's a standalone $20 expansion for Wolfenstein The New Order, I guess, expansion. It's a standalone, though. And it takes you back to the original Castle Wolfenstein, which I'm super pumped about, to do it with new graphics and all the gameplay from the New Order and go back to the old Castle Wolfenstein. The trailer's like super cheesy and campy, like an old war footage thing. It's pretty cool. You can check that out on KBMOD. We have that posted. Blizzard had a couple announcements. They confirmed the Hearthstone Blackrock Mountain Adventure. It's not a full expansion. It's an adventure like Naxxramas. So you will get new cards, but just not that many. I think there were like 30 or something in Nax. I forget. But it won't be a huge game changer. But Blackrock Mountain is definitely coming. And they're doing the EVE Online deal and letting players in WoW now with WoW token be able to earn game time and exchange gold and game time between each other. So you can kind of earn it by playing the game, which is awesome. So very cool. And Overwatch looks amazing. So we're gonna end the news on a sad note. I decided to end it with this. EA has shut down one of the longer running and basically a legendary studio, despite the misstep with the latest SimCity. Maxis has been closed down. The makers
RIPs.
of all the RIP has been made all the SimCity games. SimCity 2000 was it? Press F, pay those respects. Maxis has been shut down. They make The Sims too, which by the way is a cash cow. So it's kind of crazy to me that EA would shut them down, but it's Maxis Emeryville, the studio behind SimCity.
I live in Emeryville, by the way. It's like 6 blocks from my house.
Yep. Well, not anymore. Not
Yeah,
anymore.
it's gone. Well, it's still there.
Yeah.
It still exists.
Go down there, get some SimCity shit out of the dumpster. Dave Oshry went down to fucking Sony and did that shit. They closed that down. So yeah, Maxis, R.I.P. It sucks. It sucks.
Rest in peace.
It does
Rest in
suck.
peace, boys.
Legendary. SimCity 2000, as I said, one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh yeah.
I spent so much time playing the original Sims. Like,
Yeah. So, The Sims is made by the Sim Studio, not Maxis anymore. Okay. There you go. I didn't forget Harmonix announced Rock Band 4. It's just not,
Nobody fucking asked for it anymore.
it's not coming to PC. So we don't we put that kind of on the back burner. I'm pumped for a new Rock Band. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Yeah, me
see.
too. I just don't have any of my stuff anymore, and I'm not buying it again. So
Yeah, that's true too. I used to have
everybody
all of
got
it.
rid of it, and now nobody's
I
gonna
started
buy it
mine
again.
here.
So
It's all in
No,
my
I don't
garage
know.
stuff.
If they release some like super pack that's like reasonably priced with all
Just
of the
all
instruments.
Dragon Force. Just all Dragon Force songs.
Oh yeah.
the
Maybe.
Hate Your Life pack.
Yeah, exactly.
So, new releases this week. It's actually a pretty nice week for new games. March 10th, Tuesday, Hotline Miami 2, which I think everyone will be playing that day. That game will be up there, top 3 on Twitch probably that day. Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, comes out on Tuesday. Everyone will be raging at that game, or just listening to the soundtrack and rocking out, because that's what you do with Hotline Miami games. Cities Skylines comes out Tuesday as well, which is looking like a good version of the new SimCity.
I hear great things. I haven't installed. I'm gonna play it today.
Yeah, I've only heard good things.
I pre-ordered it. I'm playing it Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll be streaming that Wednesday. We are streaming Hotline Miami 2 on Tuesday as well. So check out both those streams on this channel. Make sure you're following the channel, guys. 26 followers till 13K too. Assassin's Creed Rogue, a game no one really wanted, also comes out on Tuesday. This was the Assassin's Creed for 360 and PS3 this year, and they're still going to charge you $50 for that on PC. So if you're into Assassin's Creed, good luck.
What's wrong with you?
Let's see.
You're still in. Yeah, that's the best. What are you doing with your life?
So
There are so many other relevant franchises that you should be playing. No, I shouldn't judge.
yes, you should.
I should. Okay, fine.
Yeah, $50. Get fuck right off.
Got it.
Wednesday, Ori and the Blind Forest, which again was a game I was so hyped for after E3 and the Xbox conference. That comes out for PC on Wednesday. It looks really, really good. So go check that out. Definitely, it's a platformer, really nice art style. It's like $10 or something as well, so it's pretty cheap. And then Thursday, Sid Meier's Starships comes out. It's $15. I know a lot
Kind
of
of
you.
interested in that one.
Yeah, a lot of people, of course, love Civ and all that. So, yeah. So, pretty good week for games. There you go. That was all the news of the week.
Oh, wow, that was
Exhale.
Yeah,
Serious
a
one.
lot of stuff. So, yeah. We're going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break here, guys. And then we'll be back with some viewer questions, including a visit from the Vape Sensei. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Stay tuned.
Man, people were so split on those Steam machines because of the prices. It's like, it's hard to convince someone
Yeah.
to get a pre-built gaming PC without Windows on it. I mean, obviously it's pretty easy to put Windows on there, but like, I don't know. For $5 fucking grand?
God.
Yeah. That's
I think not.
Yeah, I definitely want the controller and the Steam Link, like I said, but
I'd like to see how well the controller performs. It could be interesting.
I'm also totally cool with a hardware section on Steam. I wish I could get like the Xbox One controller for PC on that. That'd be cool. Not that they would ever sell Microsoft stuff.
yeah.
on the
Yeah, that's
store,
not gonna happen.
But that'd be cool if you could like buy GPUs and parts through there. That'd be pretty cool too. Since they're selling machines, you'd think that'd be the I mean, you're buying from like Origin and Alienware and stuff, but I just want some of these cases too. Good lord!
Oh,
these
yeah, so the
are
cases
They're really
Really?
pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Zotac one is so good, so good.
I like that iBuyPower SBX one a lot.
Let me take a look at that one. View store page. Oh yeah, it's got that light ring around
Yeah, the
it.
layering around it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Steam sales for hardware. Oh god.
80% off. It's
Yeah.
$780 or some shit. God.
It's the next logical progression.
Yeah.
Have-
Yeah. That's going to be a lot harder to do.
So
with
instead of
hardware,
having
though.
to just clog our digital space with stuff that we didn't need to buy, we'll actually have to get garage or fill our garages and basements with all the hardware that we are like. I mean, if I ever need a case fan, I mean, I just bought 70 of them. They were 2 cents a piece.
Oh, you've been to Bob's basement then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Actually-
Yeah, I've seen Bob's basement.
I think I still have some PC fans from 10 years ago because it was cheaper to buy like 10 of them and not pay shipping than it was to buy 2. So I have 8 fans that are still somewhere in this house.
Just be like, yeah, I bought these mice. I didn't need them, but you know, now I've got them. I guess they were.
I'm pretty sure at one point Bob had bought like 10 of those. They're like Razer gaming mice, or maybe not even
the
Razer.
Kinzus. It was. The
I
Kinzus
did that
Kinzus.
with the Death Adder. Somebody told me that they were changing it, and I thought that that meant they were changing the shape, so I bought like 10 of them. Turns out they were just making them lighter. So now I have one of the lighter ones, the Chroma.
Oh, that's funny.
It's an expensive
for life.
mistake.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back. We're gonna start off on a somber note with the questions, but sometimes we like to give out some actual advice. So, Patrick N has written in, "Hey KBMOD, recently I've had to deal with learning that my aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it has been really stressful around my house for the last 2 weeks. I also learned that my mom may have breast cancer herself. We're still waiting to find out. So I guess my question is, have any of you had to deal with close relatives in similar situations, and how did you cope with it? Thanks so much, Patrick."
Doesn't do them any good for you to be upset around them. They're already
Yes.
struggling enough. Be as positive as you can be. You know, the survival rates for these kind of things are so much better than they were even 10 years ago. Like, you just kind of have to have faith that things are going to be all right and make them think that you're, you know, confident as they need to be. You'll be all right.
Yep. And take comfort in your friends and stuff and hobbies if you need a distraction. Like, don't try not to wallow. That's always the worst. Is just getting.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, is to not just like let it suck the life out of you. I'm actually going through that right now with my mom, who has lung cancer. And as a survivor, it's kind of difficult to know that she's going through a lot of the stuff that I went through as a kid. So I just try to give her any advice I can on like how I got through it and what helped me. And honestly, if you're having trouble with it, go talk to somebody. Like, go talk to a counselor at your school, find a counselor at like a free clinic somewhere. Talking to somebody that doesn't have strings in your family or attachments, or isn't going to pass some kind of judgment, is a huge relief. And it took me a long time to learn that. And now I do it every couple weeks, and it's really good for me. So I would do that.
Well, all right. There you go, man. Yeah, and be positive around them, as John said.
Absolutely.
They don't want you to be. The last thing I want is to see you all depressed and sad by it. So try to stay positive, man. This next question is much less serious, but still pretty serious. No, it's William R. writes, "Dear KBMOD Bros, I've been playing video games since I was a kid, but on the eve of my 20th birthday, I've come to the realization that I've never once played a Final Fantasy game. Good thing Blah is not on this week. The thing is, I feel like I hear people talk about how great they are all the time. I know literally nothing about them. The only conclusion I can draw is that my parents clearly must not love me because they never bought me a Final Fantasy game when I was younger. That's a big leap. My question to you all is, if I want to get into Final Fantasy, what would be the best way to go about doing that? Sincerely, Remy. P.S. When will Sinwin release the studio version of Wonder Balls?"
That's a great question.
Play Final Fantasy VII, number one.
Yeah. That's a good one to start with.
It doesn't really matter which one you start with because they'll have their own storyline unless you have like 10-2 or one of those.
Yeah, but some of them are
Weird
really.
ones.
Some of
What
them
is
are
one of the
like,
worst?
harder
What is
to
like
understand.
what's the worst
Yeah.
Final Fantasy on
The
PlayStation?
13.
13's terrible.
Because whatever the worst one is, that's how I started, and then my Final Fantasy journey stopped very quick. I was like, "What the? I don't know what I'm doing."
You'll get
So I didn't have
many-
someone guide me. I just
You'll-
kind of
Yeah.
started with the latest one. I think
You'll get
probably
many
at the time.
opinions on what is the best Final Fantasy, so
Yeah.
that's a terrible question to ask people.
What is the best pet?
yeah
Dog.
For the DPS.
for the DPS?
Dogs per second.
That video is so good. God, I watched that the other day. What is the best pet? No, I want to know the best pet. Final Fantasy VII is the best one to get into it, I think.
Don't some people say 6?
Yeah, I personally like
lot of
6 the
people like
best,
6.
but that was also the first like real game that I wouldn't say real game, but one that had like a big storyline to it, not just a casual jump in and play a game.
Yeah. Also, if you want one without a storyline, just play 14 because it's a really good MMO. Like, for real. It's a good game. But, yeah.
The best answer is you should watch the film. The
Yes.
incredible
Advent
film.
Children.
Yes,
Advent Children.
Advent Children, just a work of art. It's a great film.
Yeah. So there you go.
I have that on
Blah's-
DVD somewhere.
Blah's in here to
People say 8 is the best. That's a
those people are wrong. Those
yeah. Those people are just
Is
they
it
need
Law a
they
big
need to
8
talk
fan?
to someone. They need a counselor.
They do
Jeez.
need a counselor. If you like emo stuff, you'll love 8.
Just get to
Squall is a
Waldo.
fuckboy. It's true. All right. Austin writes in, "Hey bros, after recently building my first computer, in part thanks to the KBMOD build guys, go check them out at KBMOD.com. I've been thinking
He didn't
about,
say that. Dan added that.
He
But
didn't.
yeah,
I added
go
that
ahead.
part. I've been thinking about if I need to upgrade my router, or is it even important to do so? My question for the cast is, what would your recommendation for a router? Yata! Heady colors.
Nice.
I would think you should, if you're using your default cable company router,
That's a
Yeah,
problem.
probably don't want to do that.
you should
Yeah.
definitely get another router of some type. That Netgear Nighthawk one is supposedly amazing. Didn't you just buy something, Hex? A new router? Didn't you just buy
Yes, I just upgraded my internet from 75 to 150, 150, and I needed a router that had gigabit WAN. So I bought a WNDR 4000 on eBay for like $50. It has gigabit WAN. It supports DWRT's open firmware. It's a solid router. I've never really had a problem with Netgear. Actually, at this point, my entire networking setup is Netgear stuff, except for like a couple little gigabit switches. It depends on what your internet speed is. If you have a brand preference, if you want to run a custom firmware, if you just want something quality off the shelf, Asus makes some pretty solid routers. Netgear, I've never had a single problem with. The new Nighthawk edition is really, really nice.
It's like $200 or something too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's one of those things that like is going to route all of your traffic not only locally in your house but to the network. So you should probably put a little bit of coin into it.
Yeah, the one APL just linked in chat, which is the Asus
Yeah.
RTN66U.
That's the one I have.
It's a solid.
It's very, very
right
solid.
there.
I've never had any issues with it. Yeah.
If you want to go huge, or you have a lot, like you're in college in a house and like a lot of people are gaming and doing stuff, the Nighthawk is definitely a really good option. Like good.
Plus, it's
reviews
called
everywhere.
the Nighthawk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
It goes into the park. It fights. You know, it does what it has to do.
yeah.
Also, if you're in a house with a bunch of people and you need to be able to control their bandwidth, learn how to use the firmware for your router really fast because
Yeah.
there's ways to like throttle each individual IP address so they only have so much throughput.
Yep.
Get wrecked.
Yeah. But
Dude, I
don't,
love when you say throughput with that face. Say throughput one more time with that face, please, for me. Thanks. Throughput. Yeah. That's all I needed.
Throughput.
There. There. Takes me there.
All right. Next question from exclusively Matt on Twitter. Due to the recent successes of bringing back old franchises, i.e., Wolfenstein, what old franchise do you want brought back? So
Descent.
Descent.
Descent. That's a good answer.
That thing's an IP hell, isn't it?
Well, Interplay
Sure.
still owns the IP, and they just announced this week some other IP they were bringing back. And my immediate reaction was, "Why are you wasting time? Where's a new Descent?"
Yeah.
And they keep shutting down fan projects that are trying to redo.
Yeah, they're sending cease and desist to anyone who does dissent anything.
Yeah.
Because they're cool like that, you know.
Yep, great
Sit on
company.
this.
Awesome. You're not relevant at all in 2015. Fuck off.
Ape Escape. Holy shit.
Oh, Ape Escape is a great
Oh.
call.
PlayStation.
Booger
Such a
Man.
great franchise.
Boogerman, that's
Oh,
a solid
Boogerman.
call too.
Yo, by the way, I played Abe's Odyssey, new and tasty,
Yeah.
on PS4. So visually amazing. I forgot that I played this week. This reminded me because that's an old franchise. Obviously, it's a total remake of Abe's Odyssey, the first one, which is a beast game from back in the day. The controls are awful. It is terrible. I don't know if it's because it's the PS4 version or what. I don't know, but like, God, they're so loose. Like, it's a platforming game with really loose controls. Not
good.
That's not not a combo you want. So it's free this month on PSN Plus if you have that. So you can go try it out yourself if you want. God though, some good ones in chat though. Mega Man. I would love a new Mega Man game.
Yeah, we get what is it? Mighty Number 9 is coming soon.
Yeah,
it's from
but
the same
that's-
guy.
Yeah, it's from the same guy, but it's still not Mega Man though.
Spyro, that's a pretty good call. I would play a Spyro game.
New Spyro game.
Parappa the Rappa, also solid.
Ooh, a new Shadow of the Colossus.
Mm.
I would.
The game
Just with
here's-
insane visual, just like with.
Can
I mean,
you
it already still is
imagine?
impressive for the time when you
Yeah.
go back and play it.
It's
Even
super crazy.
so fucking impressive. That would
the
be
game
awesome.
we need though is we need Skate 4. Just please,
Yes.
someone, Jesus, make that game because that's all I'm gonna play.
Who owns the Skate IP?
Yeah.
I don't know.
EA.
Skate.
Is it EA?
3.
It's EA and Black Box.
Skate 3 Wikipedia. Yep, Electronic Arts, EA, Black Box. Is Black Box still in existence?
Probably
No,
not
it's
knowing
not.
EA.
It's closed.
Yeah, so good luck. No, there will never
You know
be another
what?
Skate game.
Oregon
God.
Trail. Oregon fucking Trail. Let's
There's
get a remake.
there's several Oregon Trail
Are there newer?
like, spiritual
Oh, okay.
successors. Yeah.
Okay, but not like but like inspired or actually branded like the Oregon Trail.
No, not branded Oregon
Okay.
Trail, but
I'm talking
Wow, that-
gritty first-person shooter. Like you have to decide whether or not you use your last bullet to kill the cow that you need to eat, or you kill your kid who's got some kind of horrible disease and you want to take him out. Like it could get real gritty. Like Oregon Trail, first-person, kind of like a survival explorer kind of shit. I'd play the shit out of that.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's a solid call.
That's
That
a
was fun.
great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Conkers. Yeah, that's good.
there's a Skate 4 unofficial site,
Yeah.
and it's
yeah.
super shitty. It's like super terribly made.
New Jade Dynasty game from BioWare. I would play that game.
What?
NFL
There's a-
Blitz. Oh shit, that would be so much fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Basically
you should've
anything
played
that
that
was on
at
Nintendo 64 that hasn't been made again, just make
Wait,
it.
there's a Skate 4. Oh no, this is from last January. I guess it's not. Yeah, Rip Skate. That's such a good one though. Like that is the game that needs made. It really does. I would buy that for PS4 in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of anything else. I think we've covered most stuff.
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed.
Creed. Yeah,
Good call.
Yeah, that would be solid. That would be great.
bring that one back.
Please.
Oh God, NBA Jam, a new NBA Jam that
Yeah.
isn't garbage. They
Yeah.
came out with one like 2 years ago, and it was utter
okay.
shit. Let me see if I can find that.
It was on the Wii.
NBA Jam, was it on the Wii?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crime. It's a
NBA
crime.
Jam sequels, spin-offs.
I think it was on like the Wii, the 360, and the PS3.
I'm looking here. Ports and file. I'm not. Yeah, I don't see it. 2010. NBA Jam on the Wii in 2010. NBA Jam on Fire Edition was released on October 4th, 2011 on PSN and Xbox Live.
Yeah.
I heard it was shit though.
I played it on Wii for a while. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't as good as like the arcade edition, but it was like an alright game.
God damn. See, back in the day though, NBA Jam ruled because they didn't even care about licensing anyone. So they just threw like Bill
That's right.
Clinton. They just threw like Bill Clinton in the game. Like tons of celebrities are in it. God, I would.
That's
love.
probably the reason that like IP rights and shit are strict now. Was just because of NBA Jam.
just like
What they
pulling
did.
in
It
random
was
celebs.
so bad.
They did not care.
I think K9 said a new SSX game. I would be about that.
I'd be about that. too.
That was a good franchise. Yeah.
Yo, how
Oh
about,
man, NBA Street. Those games are really good
yeah,
too.
I
NBA
never-
Street was super good.
Oh, the Street, dude! NBA Street Volume 2 is one of the greatest games of all time.
Yep.
Of all time, most polished, Oh
remember
god,
that
I
game.
played. I still go home. I talked about it on the podcast before, but my brother will whip out the PS2 and we'll play NBA Street Volume 2 for like hours. So
Yep.
good. First one was good too. But did you guys ever play any of the other spin-offs like NFL Street or
Oh, yeah.
FIFA Street? I never tried NFL Street.
FIFA
They look
Street,
good.
I saw
FIFA
but
Street
didn't play. They came out with a FIFA Street like last year, or
Huh.
the year before they came out with a FIFA Street, like pretty recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are all
So
pretty
many.
good games. The NBA 2K series now has like Park Legend mode or whatever it's called, where you play actually just on the park, and then so they have a mode that kind of covers that, but I think it's like 3-on-3. So,
Okay.
but there hasn't been an NBA Street in a long time.
Another KOTOR game? Yeah, that'd be nice.
EA has fucked all this up, really.
They
When it
really
comes to,
have.
like
Yeah.
half the games
Really
we're
have.
listing are like EA IPs that are just sitting there, and no one is doing anything with.
Someone in a meeting room's like, "Hey, so are we gonna ever make Street 4?" And everyone just like turns and looks at him like, "Why would we do that?"
Come on, man.
But it's a good game, guys. We should do it. There's a demand for it.
EA's like,
We'll talk about it next week, Jim.
we need BF Hardline instead. We needed to download
Yeah, how about a
instead.
$60 expansion pack?
God, now I'm getting mad.
Let's lower a roll here.
Now I'm becoming mad.
God, we need like transition music out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next
It's gonna
one.
turn it around.
Little esports. Brian C writes predictions for CS:GO Katowice 2015.
A North American team will not win. That's my
Fnatic
prediction.
Bold.
probably won.
Who you think, John?
Fnatic.
You think Fnatic's gonna do
I
it?
agree. I think Fnatic's going to be really good. Well, I think they're the favorites to win it right now.
I
No,
haven't.
But
it's
I
just
think you
real
can never
world
count out.
game.
You can never count out Nip, especially with Alu now too. So
How have they looked with him? I honestly haven't watched any.
he's they look pretty good. He's
I
had
want to
some
see
really
how
good
they
games.
mesh like under
Yeah.
under pressure, though.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
This is
No
his
one-
first big major, so he's either going to choke or he's going to play really well and nip a win.
no
so-
one on Envy. No one on Envy here.
I think
Former
MB's
LDLC.
a guaranteed top 3.
No.
I would love to see MB win just because Hastro's my boy, but
Mhm.
it's tough.
Dalesy, my prediction: Cobble to ruin at least one series. Yeah,
Probably.
that's always That's
Have-
always a
see, I haven't. I've had so much problem watching CS:GO recently because I swear to God, every match I tune into, DDoS or
Well,
network
online
issues,
CS:GO right now
or-
is so bad. Yeah,
It's
if it's not
just-
on LAN.
And then if it's on Face It, I got to sit through 18 minutes of commercials between every match. So I just want to commit suicide.
yeah,
Like, I understand you got to pay your bills, Face It, but calm down on the commercial button, buddy. All right.
I will say I was I forget, I made some bet on, I think it was a Cloud9 game or something, but I was listening just to the audio version from a ESEA game while I was driving to Home Depot to get stuff for the fence. And like the shoutcasting and all that stuff was actually good enough that I kind of knew what was going on, and I was getting super pumped by it. So I cannot wait for stuff like this just to get more and more traction, and it just becomes better and better because it's hype as hell. So
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
I love to watch it, but it's just been like
Wait,
everything.
you were saying you were listening to the match shoutcast without
Yeah, I
watching
was
it?
audio only in my car.
Dude, that was back in the day. You used to listen to the fucking
D-
web
DJ
broadcast.
Wheat.
DJ Wheat, yeah, man,
Yeah.
the OG. You listen to fucking the fucking Cal finals and their fucking play by play, dude. It's funny how that it can work with CS pretty well
Yeah.
for sure if
Yeah,
it's
you can-
casted well.
All right. There you go. Yeah, I think NRP will take it if they come together, but I think them or Envy. I don't know, Fnatic. I don't know how they've been playing recently though, so because I've been following it too much. But yeah. All right. The last question
Oh boy.
story comes in from Vape Sensei. It's been about 6 months since he's reached out to us in the war of the bongies versus the vapors. But he's back. He's back once again. And he says, "Hello, KBMOD. It's been a while since we last spoke, so here is a quick recap." And then he says I need to do this in narrator voice, but I can't do the narrator voice very well. So, in a world where I wish Alex was here.
Yeah, Alex is really good.
But you guys can't do like the movie voiceover voice.
No.
Do you want me to do it?
You want to do the first part?
I can do the first part and like the.
All right, do the first. Yeah,
Hit me,
do the
Hex.
Come
first
on,
part.
here we go, Hex.
In a world where vapors have their rights taken away by bongies, one vape prodigy took it upon himself to establish a free country where all smoking devices are created equal. The United Vapes of America fought back against Bong Lord and eventually dropped a mega vape bomb to finally achieve independence.
All right, so that's where we're at.
There it
The
is.
United Vapes of America have achieved independence, broken away.
From
And,
Bongland. Wow.
so here's what's happened. That was really good. Thank you, Hex. The first few months of independence were great. We had many vape parties fueled by the e-liquids we took as taxes.
Oh my god.
But shit eventually hit the fan. Who would have thought a bunch of vapors would be horrible at establishing and running an effective governmental system? We made the Vape-stitution,
The Vape-stitution.
which was filled with compromises such as the 3 Vapes Compromise and the Bill of Vapes.
Oh my.
These
of Vapes.
compromises set up our government for failure.
It works too well. It just works too well.
Our horrible governing made us bankrupt. In a last-ditch effort to get enough money to recharge our vapes, I decided to sell off some of my most prized vapes. I chose to sell them on my good friend Rick on Pawn Stars.
Monster.
These vapes have been passed down for generations in the Sensei family, so I wanted a good price. I came to him and told him my story, and he said he could help. First, he spewed out all the information he could find on vapes from Wikipedia.
Yes.
He said, I just don't feel comfortable dealing with vapes without my smoking expert here. Let me give him a call and we will make a deal.
Classic Rick. Classic.
Yeah. The expert came in and I instantly recognized him as Chris Hodes. One of the most vocal bongy supports in Bongland. This chode goes against everything us vapors stand for. We like long and thin vapes, whereas he likes short and wide bars. You couldn't find 2 more opposing opinions anywhere.
Chris Hodes.
He convinced my good pal Rick that these vapes were absolute shit. His final price for each of my prized vapes was only a mere $4.20. Since I had 16.4285 vapes, the final price was $69.
Oh my god.
So my question for KBMOD is, should I take the money anyways, since without it, the United Vapes, of America will surely fail, or should I try and raise the money another way? Buckle up, Vape Sensei.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like you're getting undersold on those quality vapes.
Yeah, a lot to digest here. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
The,
Rick's a scumbag.
Rick is a
That's
scumbag.
obvious.
The fact that
Yeah.
you brought it to Rick is a problem already, because I wouldn't trust any.
I don't think he's really a
Rockstars.
friend, is what I'm saying.
No, absolutely not. And obviously, you're also if you sell them for that price, you're getting undersold. You're going against your values and everything that you helped build. So, though, I mean, you are
can
getting
always
60
try bringing it to an auction. I mean, you have to pay. They take a percentage though too, so it's
That's
it's
true.
hard.
That's
Take
true.
out a loan, dude. That's what the U.S. does.
Well,
Yeah,
vape
that's
loans.
true.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
Take a
a
loan.
country.
Just go into some more debt. It's
Just
fine.
take until we
Just
can't
call
pay
up
our
China.
bills back at all. Yeah, call China, get a loan. China definitely doesn't have any kind of
Yeah, they'll give you a good rate, I'm sure.
great rate. China's always eager to lend money to people.
Yeah.
So
So when they come and take your country later, just be worried. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's our advice.
So maybe
though.
brush up on your Cantonese and Mandarin while you're waiting.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Fucking Vape Sensei.
fucking
God.
Vape Sensei. I will give him credit. He waited 6 months to update
Yeah.
us on the
Absolutely.
situation. So props to him. And that is it for episode 180 of the KBMOD podcast. Make sure you guys check out all the stuff below the stream. Check out Loot Crate, Gunner Optics, Game Fan Shop, all below the stream. All ways to support us. Make sure you head over to kbmod.com. Check out all the content there, the forums, etc. Check all that stuff out. And make sure you follow us on Twitter at KBMOD Gaming. You can see all our Twitters on the screen. APL Fisher, KBMOD John, Hexadecimal, Nikon Punch, and I am at NipNops TV. And you can find all of us around Twitch most of the time as well. So, yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow night on this channel with some Street Fighter 4 lobbies is what I'm going to be doing for community night tomorrow. So come out, hang out on Mumble, play some Street Fighter on PC. So we'll see you then. And, yeah, make sure you check out the site. Welcome to the community. Follow the channel. Subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for watching.
Later.
Yatta!